I've never been that fashionable, but I'm starting to get some gray hairs, which means that I'm beginning to become fashionable. Howdy, I'm Steph. Welcome to Beautifully Changed, and today I wanted to share with you, in the honor of my birthday, 38 life lessons that I have learned in the 38 years that I've been walking and enjoying and embracing all the goods of this planet. But first, a moment of silence for the Amazon rainforest because, oh, that is tragic. When changing a newborn baby's diaper, do not lift the legs so high that if perhaps it has to have a bowel movement while you're changing the diaper, that it is not able to spray you from neck down, because that ain't good for anybody. True story, my husband, when our baby was 2 weeks old, was changing his diaper and I was gonna go to the bathroom and all of a sudden I hear, ah! And I thought, oh my gosh, maybe Makayo just peed on him. Nope, poop, here, down. And if you know Keone, you know that anything with fecal really is difficult for him. When I first met him, anytime he would refer to anyone farting, it was airborne fecal matter. So having a baby, becoming a dad of a human child and of dog children definitely made him get over his super grossed out fear of fecal matter. The best way to get firm abs is by laughing every single day. So make sure you get your laughs in. Listen, I'm a crier, and people used to always tell me that how sensitive I was because I'd cry. But let me tell you, I have learned that if you need to cry, allow yourself to cry because it helps you move through whatever emotion that you're going through, whatever disappointment that you're experiencing, or heck, sometimes we even cry when we're so happy. So if you feel like you need to cry, cry because those tears were designed for a reason and there's no shame in letting them fall. Always keep promises to yourself because it'll make or break your self-view. So if you make a promise to yourself or anyone else, keep it. Empathy is a superpower and it'll get you so much farther than anger or feeling neutral or numb ever will. There is almost always a silver lining if you train yourself to see it. When playing basketball with your friends, don't come down with the elbows. They could hit someone in the teeth and knock them back. This happened to me in the 7th grade. In gym class, we were playing basketball. When my friends came down, elbowed me right in the mouth during a layup. I didn't know how to play basketball. I don't know what I'm doing. Seriously, if you saw me on the court, it's kind of sad. And hit me right in the mouth. And I remember covering my mouth. And when I took my hand away, it was filled with blood. I was so scared. So the dentist casted my 2 front teeth. And you know what? They died. They turned gray, and that meant I eventually had to get veneers, and now I have caps on my 2 front teeth. But I went all through middle school and high school with gray front teeth, and having gray teeth, especially in my front that you could see anytime I smiled, definitely taught me to push myself through those self-doubt, the insecurity of feeling ugly or not attractive, and I did stuff anyway. I didn't stop myself from living just because there was a piece of me that felt like it stood out and made me a little bit defective. This one is kind of a big deal. If you go out dancing and someone asks you to dance and you say no thank you, then you sit out the rest of that dance. You aren't better than anyone, and if someone had the courage to come ask you to dance and you say no, then you dance with no one out of courtesy and respect for yourself and that other person. And then when the next song comes on, if you want to dance with that hottie, then go ahead and do that. But wait until the next song and sit out the song you turned down somebody else for. It's okay to say hi back to guys at the bar. So if a guy buys you a drink, if a guy comes up to say hi, that does not mean you have to go home with him or you have to talk to him for a long period of time. I know some of you are even thinking, I don't have to talk to him at all. And you're right, you don't. But I would like to say that if someone's coming up to say hi, you have no idea where that could lead you or who you could meet or any of those good things. I know from experience that being open to saying hi to people at a bar, even if you're not attracted to the person who comes up, that could lead to some good things. For example, one of my closest friends, she met her now husband through his friends at the bar and he wasn't even there that night. But we became friends with these guys that came up and said hi to us and they were so funny. We ended up just hanging out. almost every single week we went to the bar, and eventually she met the guy that she is now married to. Also, I met my husband at a restaurant type bar. So I met him through, again, I was going with a friend to meet the guy she was dating, and Keone came with her friend, and we just ended up talking for the night and hit it off. So just putting it out there. I know people don't think a bar is an ideal place to meet someone. I'm just saying, you never know what could happen, what friendships could spark, what conversations could be had, connections that could be made. So if someone comes up to say hi to you, don't just automatically be a bee and push them away or shoo them away. Now, if you get really bad, creepy vibes from them, that's one thing. But if someone's just coming up to say hi and you don't think they're on your level of hotness or something, please don't be that girl. Just say hi back. Speaking of going out to the bars and hanging out, guys, this is not dancing. Surround yourself with friends that lift you up, that feel really good to be around. If you have friends that are constantly making jabs at you or subtly putting you down or even obviously putting you down, they're not your friends. A little playful teasing is a lot different than saying something that is really hurtful or that they know is a jab to try to bring you down or knock you down. If you aren't sure how to tell the difference, go by how you feel during the time you're with them and after the time you're with them. If you're questioning if you're friends, if you're questioning if they like you or not, that's one of the worst places to be. Also, be the friend who lifts your friends up as well. Don't just take the good vibes, give the good vibes. Tell yourself, I'm so lucky every day. Dance parties heal your soul. And if a guy won't dance with you, he isn't your guy. No one is too cool for soul therapy. Drink water like it's going out of style. Every single part of you needs water. And water keeps you youthful. Be playful. Build castles, blow bubbles, do fun runs, play tag with your friends, even as an adult, whatever you gotta do. Make sure that you spend a few minutes every single day playing and watch how it changes you from the inside out. Have a dog at least once in your life. It is one of the greatest loves you'll experience and one of the greatest pains you'll be able to see that you can get through when they die. Also know that being a parent is not for everyone. So if you have a friend that doesn't want to have kids, support them in that. Tell them that's okay. Life is not meant to just be a parent. We can have life outside of that. And if you do decide to have a child, one of the greatest things I've learned is that that child is an individual and they're going to be different than you. And you will find that you will feel anger and frustration at things that you've never expected because you had never experienced them before. And in those moments, remember that it's not about controlling that child because that child is an individual and they'll have certain likes and dislikes and preferences just as you do. So get to know your child as an individual and meet them where they're at and help them grow in the way that works best for them. And it'll shift your relationship and your perspective and your view of the whole journey you're going on with them. Having a solid support system is everything. If you have trust issues or are pushing people away, work through those. I've been there. I know what it's like to build a wall so thick that it seems impossible that it's ever going to come down. But really, it can, even if it's one brick at a time or you bulldoze that baby. Take down the wall so you can experience relationships with all their ooey gooey wonderfulness that they can bring to your life and you can bring to theirs. If you're ever feeling depressed, find someone or something to live for. When you have a purpose that is fueling every single day, you find your passion and it's easier to wake up and put your feet on that floor and get moving, even when your heart is heavy. So, speaking about the rainforest, have one day a week that is meatless, completely meatless, and you'll be okay, I promise. You eat food all the time that doesn't have meat in it. And The rest of the week, don't double up on your meat because that'll just cancel out all the good you did on the one day you went without meat. So 1 day without meat, and then just eat how you regularly eat it the rest of the week. And that'll be doing a huge part to help the world. If an opportunity scares you in all the right ways, like that's when the self-doubt starts playing, or your insecurities start to show, or you start saying why you can't do that, how that's not for you. That is a beautiful sign that you're on the right track. So keep trudging and trucking through that fear, and you'll discover that fear right here on the other side of it is growth and opportunity and part of the life that you are dreaming about today. Kindness is free, and it changes people's worlds. So give out kindness every opportunity you can. Always keep learning, and include deep learning, because your brain is counting on you. A strong friendship is the foundation of any happy couple. So treat your partner like you like them, okay? I've learned that men usually know that their partner loves them, but they don't often feel liked by them, especially if you're married or you've been together for several years and that honeymoon phase is over. So women, let your men know that you actually like them and you think they're capable and there's things you admire and respect about them. And men, let your women know that you love them, that you desire them, that it's them that you want, not just the physical aspect that their body can provide that level of joy for you, but that you actually want them, and they are the one that makes the biggest difference in your world. Let them know how much you love them. Labor won't be anything like you're expecting. People don't talk about all the little aspects of it, and so it can be quite surprising. I'd highly encourage anyone to use hypnobirthing when it comes to your pregnancy and labor experience, because I tell you what, I tried it, and that is what got me into doing hypnosis, because I did hypnotherapy with my pregnancy, and when I was having contractions when I was in labor, the nurses didn't even know because I was so calm and relaxed. I had to tell them every time, okay, I'm having a contraction. And it was amazing and beautiful, and I highly recommend hypnobirthing to anyone. Unless you have schizophrenia, then don't use it. If you want to go see someplace you've never been, and you dream about it and you think about it and it's on your wish list of experiences to have, go. No one likes whiny. So if you're a whiner, and some of you may be, I know there's times when I've whined too. Learn a new skill, because whining is very unappealing. And if you have children and they whine, do not give in to them when they whine, because that just reinforces that whining behavior. And no one's a fan. But I guess really, if you're a fan, that's all that matters. And if you actually like that behavior, that's all that matters too. Send out thank you cards. Feeling appreciated and giving appreciation will only add goodness to your life. Love your body right now, exactly as it is right now. Your body is only a reflection of the way that you're treating it, what you're saying to it, what you're feeding it. So no matter what, your body is showing up for you every single day. So love it right now, because it is working hard to keep you alive so you can continue to experience this life and whatever it is you're creating with it. I was lucky to learn this when I was in high school. So many of the women that I had conversations with or were around, when they would tell me, when they would look back at pictures of them, they would think, or they would show me pictures of them when they were younger, and they would always say, oh, how I wish I loved and appreciated my body then, because now I'm so much bigger, or I have this health condition, or blah, 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 blah. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. I keep hearing this. It's not one person said it. It was every older female that I was around would say they wish they appreciated their body when they were younger. So I was blessed to have heard those stories and took them in as a way to help me appreciate and love my body right then and there as it was, because I didn't want to be the person who looked back in 10 years and thought, if only I would have loved my body then. So I've learned to love my body as it changes, as I've gained weight and I lose weight, and I'm more toned and I'm less toned, and when I was pregnant and I wasn't. Your body's always shifting, and there's beauty within it, and your body is strong and it shows up for you and it loves you. So I've discovered that when I love my body back, that helps me mentally in so many ways than when I beat up myself because of some imperfection that I think I have when I look in the mirror or when I compare myself to what somebody else looks like. That's not actually benefiting me or helping me. Now I can do a little constructive criticism, like I want to get more toned. That can be a realistic thing that I can say to myself, and then I can take action to get more toned. But to just beat myself up every day and not change anything that I'm doing, not productive, and it's only hurting you more. If you do mirror work for one cycle of 90 days, it will change your life because it'll change your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. The way you see yourself, the way you treat yourself, and those are big things. Don't say you're fine when you're not. Okay, I've been there, I've done it, thinking it was actually, benefiting the conversation some way. But let me tell you right now, it's not. It's wasting time. And time is the one resource that is so special that you're never going to get back. So I know it's uncomfortable to tell people when you're hurt or sad or disappointed or mad or whatever. However, I would strongly encourage you to save time, figure out the ways to tell people how you're feeling, to set the boundaries you need to set, and to just open up and be real instead of doing the whole, I'm fine, when you're not. Because let me let you in on a secret. Your person knows that you're not fine. So just tell them what's up. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fun, but just talk about it, work through it, move on from it. Learn the life skills as an adult that you didn't learn as a child. Our parents will give us so many skills. We'll learn from them things that we want to do, things that we don't want to do. And then as an adult, it is up to us to learn the skills that we are lacking so that we can build the relationships, the life, the career that feels really good for us. There are resources everywhere. So there's no reason to not learn the skills that your parents didn't teach you or that you didn't learn at school. Go out there and learn them yourself. Teach yourself. Read a book. Apply what you learn. Experiment with it. What's working, what isn't working. How can you tweak it to make it your own? Be playful with it. Just go out there and learn and apply what you're learning to your life. Don't let the fear of farting prevent you from living, going places, doing things. The same goes for the fear of failing or succeeding. If the same relationship problems follow you from relationship to relationship, you're a huge part of the problem. I know, sucks to hear, sucks to think about, but think about it. If the same issues are coming up in your friendships, at home, with your family, with people you're dating, even if you move across the country, there's one common denominator there. Ding, ding, ding. It's you. And that's okay. It means it's time for some self-exploration, some awareness, and figuring out new ways to do things that work for you so that those issues no longer arrive. So many times when we think about looking for a partner, we want this perfect partner to be there for us. So in the meantime, while you're looking for that person, become the perfect partner. The more time you spend judging others, the more you'll judge yourself. And if there's something about you that you think may not be okay, you'll find that you're judging that in other people really harshly. And it just continues the cycle. So instead of judging other people, instead of judging yourself, figure out what is something you like about them. Start focusing on the things you like and watch that judgment start to soften and fade away from your thoughts. Eat the cake if you want it. A low-calorie diet is not the same as a healthy lifestyle. If you have a strong foundation of whole foods, eating the cake isn't gonna matter. Mean people are people in pain, whether that's emotional pain or physical pain. If somebody is treating you in a way that feels yucky and is trying to hurt you, that person is in pain. So when that happens to me, I send that person love and I don't take it personally. Because really, people leave nasty comments or dislike videos of puppies. What? So when I'm going out in the world, if someone's being mean, I know they're just asking for love. Those are my 38 lessons that I wanted to share with you that I've learned Use them, don't use them, whatever you want. And if you're still here, please give me some love with a like and a subscribe. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember, you are enough, the world needs you, and I'm sending so much love your way. Bye.